This week, Sportsman of North America goes on a hunt with a special young man and hits the antelope with Mike McCabe. Get ready. With Keith Powell, Mike McCabe, and Ray Howell. Get ready for Sportsman of North America, your ticket to the outdoors. This segment is brought to you by Downwind Sense.
This week, we're going to introduce you to a brave young man by the name of Josh Frank.
My name is Josh Frank. I'm 17 years old from Sterling, Colorado. Back there, you know, we like to farm and hang out with friends, you know, ride my motorcycle and hunt and fish when I have time.
Josh is a jokester. He's always happy, he always has something to say, he's always outside. He loves the outdoors. If he could live outdoors, he would.
I really enjoy hunting. I've been hunting for, I don't know, probably 8 or 9 years now. So my mom and I just got here at Southern Colorado Outfitters here in Rye. It's my first bear hunt. Pretty excited. We're gonna get some stuff unloaded and see what we can do.
How's everybody?
How are you?
Josh, nice to meet you.
You too.
Yeah, we're gonna kill us a bear.
Good.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you too. We're gonna sit on water. We've got some acorns down in the bottoms down there, so that's what they're feeding on right now.
Joshua's father, Thomas, died when he was only 2 in a work-related accident, and he loved to hunt. I mean, he hunted and fished all the time. If he could have quit his job, he would have, just to do that. And I kind of wanted to bring that into Joshua's life too, because it was important. So we just started with small game, doves and pheasants.
We're getting ready to go eat so that we're not hungry anymore, I guess. Back in July of 2010, I was diagnosed with large cell B-cell lymphoma, which is a type of cancer. I had a tumor about the size of a softball in my chest, pushing against my heart and my lungs. Through the chemo, there was a lot of struggles, because being real active, I had a hard time dealing with laying in that hospital bed for 6 months straight. A lot of weight loss. I went 12 days one time without eating. You know, the type of cancer I had, they don't see it in children very often, and you know, that was hard because they really didn't know what to expect. So they didn't know what to tell me or my family about how they were going to treat it. It was just kind of a touch and go, and if this works, we'll keep doing it. If it doesn't work, we'll change it. You know, I'm skinny to start with, and losing 30 pounds off the bat was hard to deal with. When I was in the hospital, one of the doctors was, you know, asking me what I'm interested in, my hobbies, and told her I was really into hunting, and she got me hooked up with an organization called Joseph's Journey. What they do is find kids like myself that are going through tough times, you know, with treatments or illnesses, and they set them up on hunts kind of like what I went on. You know, kind of get their mind off of what they're going through, get their mind off of their treatments or their illnesses, kind of get them back into the real world and make them forget about what's going on. Here a while back, we got a phone call from them and wanted to know if I was interested in doing a bear hunt. And from there, they hooked us up with Southern Colorado Outfitters and got a bear license through the Division of Wildlife, and just went from there.
When Josh found out he was going to get to go bear hunting, he was so ecstatic because he only hunted small game, and for him to have this opportunity, he was really excited. We didn't know where he was going to go. We knew we were going to be in state, and it didn't even matter. He didn't care where he was going. He was excited to get to go. This was really cool for me because as a mom, to get to go with your teenage son bear hunting, I didn't know what to expect, and when I got here and we got right in on the bears, it was just phenomenal. To get to experience that with my son is great.
And we'll see how this hunt goes right after this. Welcome back. This segment is brought to you by Boss Buck. You ready for some antelope, Mike?
Well, here we are. I'm finally on the road, and we're going to be hunting with a guy called Al McCartney. He's a large landowner, and he works with the Chairbound Hunters Association. So we're looking to go out there and maybe slam us a real nice goat. Oh, by the way, I got a partner with me this time, my cameraman. Actually, he's a camera girl. I finally, after 30 years, talked my wife into coming on a hunting trip with me. So guess who's my caddy? Check it out. Say hi, babe.
Hi, babe.
How's that? Nobody would have thought, especially the family, that my wife had been coming on a hunt with me. Miracles will never cease. We got about 2.5 hours left. Get into Cheyenne, get my tags. This is what Sportsman of North America is all about. We send 52 guys on hunts like this right here every year. You need to join our club. We're making dreams come true for a lot of guys. Yahoo! Thank God for that. 1,270 something miles. We're finally here. That was a great trip. You guys need to get in your trucks, head out west. It's beautiful country. Wyoming has a program that if you're handicapped, you can get a special tag. So if you want to come, all you got to do is apply for that special tag. It's a pretty good system. We've just showed up. I'll tell you what, this is not what we're looking for. We've got snow, and that's not the best thing for waterhole hunting. Well, we'll see. We'll give it a shot, and hopefully we'll be meeting Al here in just a second. It's been a long trip. It snows. Nice to meet you, brother. Talked to you a lot on the phone. Finally got to meet you in person. Man, this snow is not what we're looking for, is it?
No, sir. It's going to make it really tough.
Well, I bought my hot rifle just in case.
All
So if
right.
we can't get it done with a bow, we always got a backup plan.
That's great.
It's good meeting you, man.
You know, I got a phone call from Big Al. He wanted me to come out and do an antelope hunt with him. Big Al started an operation called the Chairbound Hunters Association. And he's been running this for about 10 years now.
Hi, everyone. We're in Wheatland, Wyoming. This is our first morning out.
He takes anybody in a wheelchair that's disabled and wants to hunt. He will hunt them. He gets 15 tags a year from the state of Wyoming. And he wants as many people out there as possible.
We're out here doing it. That's what it's about.
He's doing a really good thing.
Super amounts of wind. They're calling for 50-mile-an-hour gusts right in the middle of a big water hole. And there's like a little bay off to our right, and there's a little bay off to our left. So hopefully these antelope are going to come in from the front, and they're going to hit one of these little corners. I'm going to have to get myself twisted around if they go this way, but stick around. Sportsman of North America, we're your ticket to the outdoors.
You know, I really was hoping to be able to take a antelope with my bow. And the first couple of days, we hunted water holes. The problem with that is we had rain and we had snow, and that's not a good thing. Antelope do not need a whole lot of moisture. They don't need to drink. If they got enough moisture in the grass or in whatever they're feeding on, they don't have to go to a water hole. So it didn't take long. We decided that wasn't a real good game plan. We took out the hot rifle and we started chasing them with the hot rifle.
Hopefully, Mike will have some better luck right after this. This segment is brought to you by Can Cooker. Mike spent the early part of the hunt with bow in hand, but now he's switched it out for a rifle and hopefully a better chance.
This is no messing around time now. We've laid down the bow. I got the Bobby Hart custom rifle, Nikon scope. We're ready to roll. You know, on the fourth day, I got a great opportunity. There was 2 really good goats. And we stopped the buggy that we was in. I got a really good rest, and I laid that scope on them, and I squeezed it off. It was about 400 yards. I squeezed it off. You gotta be kidding me. I don't know if he was a booner, but he was awful close. Missed him clean. Eek. Oh well. I didn't have my glasses on. It was a little blurry. I slid my glasses back on. I got on him great. Didn't have time to dial down the turret. I was dead on. Listen to that goofball laughing at me.
I killed him with the camera.
You got him good on the camera, babe? Good deal. You know, after that third day where I missed them two big giant goats, we just could not get back on them. And I guess we got to about the 5th or 6th day, and I had to just accept that I'd either bump them onto somebody else's property, or, you know, they just weren't there. So we started hunting different areas, and we got into some pretty good goats. All right, last chance. This is the last day of the season, Monday the 31st. Al's getting ready to put me on a big wide goat we've been looking at. So it's all gonna be on him. Let's go see if we can find him.
418 yards.
418.
Okay.
Have you got my bipod? I knocked him smooth down, brother. Come on, Ed, give me one of those.
Well, buddy,
Thank you, my friend.
we finally
Thank you.
smoked one.
That's a good-looking goat.
Yes, it is.
Guys, I tell you what, I asked right off the bat about horizon shooting, and I know it's not a good thing because you don't know what your backdrop is, but we've got the landowner here with us. He said there ain't nothing over there for 40 miles. I just knocked him down at 438 yards, was it? Laid it on him. And looky here what I just managed to knock down with my Hart custom rifle. Thanks, Bobby. Thanks, Dad. Appreciate it, buddy. And I tell you what, top it off with a Nikon scope. What a combination. Al, I'll tell you what, it's been an absolute pleasure, buddy. It's been great to meet you. And, you know, what you do here with the Chairbound Hunters, this is a special program it's close to your heart. You're the one that started this whole thing up. Tell me a little bit about why it is that you decided you wanted to do this.
There's a need for people in wheelchairs to be able to get out and enjoy the finer things and the ability to hunt. My best friend's a quad. Been helping them for a long time, and I just thought that they needed it just for chairbound hunters.
Well, I'll tell you what, if there was a whole lot more people like you, there'd be a whole lot more handicapped chairbound hunters. I mean, this is a great thing that you're doing. This next year coming up, I'm going to be looking for 4 guys that's going to come out here and it's going to hunt with me and Hal, and these guys are going to be chairbound, wounded warriors. Those guys that think that it's over for them, if you know somebody like that, you make sure you contact me, and it'll be my privilege to help bring them out here and help hunt them. Al, it's been an absolute privilege, my friend.
That's great, Mike. And we'll see how Josh is in just a few minutes.
Scott,
Segment is brought to you by World Series of Whitetail. Josh is ready to hunt. Let's go.
So we got up the next morning and it was early, and we walked over into Steve's house and sat down, and he had breakfast burritos ready for us.
How are you?
Tired.
Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed?
Not quite.
A typical teenager. Oh, Josh.
You know, kind of munched on those and met a man named Joe and kind of talked about what we were going to be doing for the day. So Steve had this all planned out and ready to go, and one thing he didn't plan on was me leaving my rifle in the lodge.
Can't believe that.
Gotta go back to your house.
Your gun? Shoot!
We were right about there, and I said, "Oh, we don't have a gun." Well, I forgot my shooting stick, the main one.
Give a knife. We plan to just get it with a knife.
Yeah. Didn't even bring any bullets or anything. So fortunately enough, you know, we weren't too far from the lodge, so we just turned around and went back and got the gun. I can't believe that. We were just kind of planning on an all-day thing and didn't really think much of, you know, starting a little bit later in the day.
They've got 2 bears spotted down here in the bottom. One of them says it looks pretty good, so we're going to go see just how good it looks. Yeah.
They'd had a couple of bears spotted down off that drop-off overlooking the oak brush, and we got back there and kind of decided our plan of attack
That's
from
going
there.
to be a good bear for us this year. But let's go ahead and drop off. We'll get to this next shelf, and then we'll class again real good. And then we'll just keep working our way down into it.
So we kind of we decided our plan of attack, and we were going to work the wind, and those bears were about 1,000 yards away from where we were, and they were down in that oak brush. And so the wind was right in our face. It was perfect, and so we worked our way down there and got right down there into that valley and decided what we were going to do from there.
Steve's just up there looking to see if he can spot them over the top of that ridge. They're in there. They're going to be right down in here someplace. So let's just slip off this way. If we need to, we'll get up on that road bed.
So by the time we got down to the bottom of that valley, wouldn't you know it, the wind completely switched directions. So ended up bushwhacking through a lot of that oak brush to get to where we needed to be.
We're on tracks. Turkeys just went off that way.
One of those sets of tracks was actually pretty good sized, you know, for the bears he'd been seeing and for what they'd had to eat and everything. And, you know, going through my mind was, all right, we're gonna see a bear. We got a little farther and turns out they were pretty fresh, and then we come out of this creek bed and there's a tree right next to us, and as we're climbing up the other side of this creek bed, we hear a bunch of rustling in this tree and look over, and a bear, you know, just kind of falls down and jumps out. And, you know, so Steve and I are on a dead run trying to get around this tree to where we could see where we thought she was headed and kind of see where she was going from there.
We're right there. Right there. Oh, there's a cub. There goes a cub. There's That's a good start for the first day.
Great start.
That's pretty cool.
That sow came out there, scared the heck out of me.
He was
So we're
scoot-
standing there talking about what had just happened, you know, the bears we'd just seen, and all of a sudden Steve just kind of, you know, pokes
Oh,
me
shoot.
and
Look, another bear. That's a boar. Get down.
When that bear just sat up there and Steve did his wolf, you know, like a bear whisperer, it was just
got him.
awesome.
Finally get to where I'm comfortable with the shot and take the safety off, and he's just still sitting there just perfect. And, you know, I took my time.
Cool, buddy. Nice shot.
Good job.
Nice shot. Right on. How'd that feel?
So good.
Are you shaking?
Good bear. Good bear. Holy cow. Wow. Cool deal.
Thanks, man. So, you know, we kind of we gave the bear a little time and
Nice
walked
shot.
up to where we'd shot the bear, and Steve had pointed out where the paws had hit and kind of pushed the leaves, and the leaves were all rustled up, and,
Dirt right there.
you know, we kind of
See the leaf
followed
scuff?
from there and just went off of what we saw.
Check that out.
That's awesome.
Look at that hog.
So, sitting here with my very first bear, it's been a pretty exciting morning. We started off, you know, before dark and got out here, and I'd like to thank Kim and Vicky from Joseph's Journey for setting this whole thing up. Southern Colorado Outfitters. You know, without them, I wouldn't be here right now. They've got some beautiful country and obviously some beautiful animals. They really know what they're doing. I'd like to thank my parents, you know, everything last year, and my mom's crying behind the camera. It's kind of hard to talk right now. You know, they stuck through it and helped me through it. You know, all the doctors at the hospital, everybody there. Sorry.
This was really cool for me because as a mom to get to go with your teenage son bear hunting, just phenomenal. To get to experience that with my son is great.
Just like to thank everybody.
I think the greatest thing that I'll remember from this is just everybody coming together and making this trip happen.
Anything else you want to say?
I don't think so.
And Sportsman of North America was proud to help out and come along for the ride. Thanks for watching.
Africa is a place of inspiration, from the culture and the people to the sunsets and the wildlife. It's a hunter and an artist's paradise. The only thing better than going to Africa is going with some great girlfriends.
Good morning.
Good morning. How'd you sleep?
I slept great. Did you?
I'm finally rested and back on schedule.
Well,
Today's going to be a great day.
with all your flights, you've got to be so off whack.
Well, I went to bed as soon as we got home yesterday and slept hard all night long.
Oh,
so I
good.
think today's going to be the day.
And this is our first day of a real true hunt. We're up in the morning, ready to go. You can see our breath in the air. It's cold. We've all got some sleep. We had good breakfast, so it's going to be a good day today.
Great day. Yep.
We saw, I don't know if I told you, we saw a couple impala right at dark last night. It was, you know, if we had maybe 5 more minutes, it might have been. So it makes you wake up and want to get right back out there.
I know, you want to get out there, yep. Well, all I saw was rhinos.
Which is a good thing. It's cool.
That's not all I remember about yesterday.
Those big boys chase everything else off, huh?
Yeah.
Yep. Huh.
So we're going to get something today. That's
yeah,
right.
we are. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, good luck.
Thanks, you too.
Okay, see you guys. See ya.
Look at him. Isn't he really cool? It's like petting a Brillo pad.
Yeah, he's wiry. Welcome, buddy. Hi.
Isn't that weird? So cool.
Oh.
Look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's got a couple of ticks on him. No wonder you like to be springing.
That's so cute.
I've harvested my share of turkeys in the Midwest, but I never thought I'd have an opportunity to come to South Africa and chase an ostrich with my bow. The ostrich are huge birds with amazing eyesight, and it's really hard to get up close to them in the open prairie where they like to hang out. We did one attempt of a spot and stalk. We're able to duck down behind a big bush, but got busted right away. We needed a different plan. The first plan of attack we had was we were going to sit in a blind that they'd been known to frequent nearby the area and just hope that luck was in our favor and that they would come into the water. So I'm sitting in my blind and we're watching a beautiful herd of blessbuck off in the distance, and I could see some ostrich off about 250, 300 yards. But then I hear from my PH, hey, they're coming this way. And sure enough, a female was headed right in our direction. All of a sudden, the male starts chasing the other female in our direction. I'm not quite sure what was going on there, but it was funny. But I just kept thinking, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. And they were heading right towards us, but unfortunately, there was a wooden door that was not attached to our blind. A big gush of wind came, blew that wooden door onto my PH. A big clang happened in our blind, and that female that was close to us just took off.
This segment of Skullbound TV is brought to you by Hunting GPS Maps.
felt really bad that we had that door incident. But he said, guess what? I've got a new idea. We're going to take the trucks that deliver all the hunters to their blinds every day. Those birds are pretty used to seeing those vehicles. Let's try a spot and stalk behind the vehicles, you crouching down, and we'll see how close we can get. Might be within bow distance, but you might not. Let's give it a go. So I was totally game. I really wanted to harvest one of these ostrich. So I was game. So I hop out and I'm running along the side of the truck, and I figured that, you know, this is Africa. I've got my PH driving the vehicle. He's telling me, guiding me what to do. So I'm crouching down, and these birds, we're getting fairly close. I can see through the windows of the vehicle as I'm crouching down. We're getting pretty close to these birds. This just might happen. And it just happened perfectly. The female crossed out in front at about, I would say, 35 yards, and the male stepped out. I gauged him at about 28 yards, let that arrow fly. It was a perfect shot. He spun around, did a couple of 360s, and he was out of there, but I felt really great about that shot. I'm waiting for him to go down. Arrow went all the way through, broke off. Okay. So exhilarating, using the truck as a vehicle, as a, you know, camouflage, and believe how far he went.
Well, that first shot went straight through him, so
yeah.
I think let's go have a look. It might just be over this ridge just here.
Okay. According to my PH, the shot has to be perfect on an ostrich. I was a little nervous about that.
Jenna, there he is.
Oh, yay, finally.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Very, very nice.
Thank you. Look at that. Again, just a massive bird. Look at these feathers. Wow. And he's got like feet that look like dinosaurs. Yeah. Absolutely intrigued with their feet.
On both their feet, they've got these big toes. They can't live without them. If they lose these toes, they die because they completely lose their balance.
Oh,
You'll
yeah.
see it looks like a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
It's like they've got 3 toes, if you will, but only the middle has a claw. Wow.
That's also how they fight. You'll see them kicking up like this. That's how they fight and defend themselves.
Wow. And are we able to eat him in the next
beautiful.
couple days?
Probably the healthiest meat you'll find.
Well, thank you. I'm ecstatic. I didn't even think coming to South Africa that I'd have the opportunity to harvest a beautiful ostrich, and I'm so excited about it. And I'm really excited to try him, to eat. It was so fun to have the whole camp dine on my ostrich, and the next best thing to that was bringing home the claw for a reminder about balance, because if an ostrich loses that middle claw, they can't balance, and they will end up dying. So it's about, you know, balancing, working hard, playing hard, family, friends. It's all about balance.